Greetings, beautiful people. Christina here at Seed Yoga, and I'm on the floor today getting low. And I want to talk about a pose that, if I'm being really honest, kind of stumped me this morning. I had generally really tight hips, low back, and quadricep muscles, and I was doing a private yoga lesson in which we were targeting the hip flexors, and when I got to saddle pose, I tried all the things that I know, but I don't know, I guess it was just too early in the morning, or it was just one of those times, and I just want to say out loud that part of yoga, part of getting in connection with the body is realizing it's not always ready to meet the expectations that you set for it. And a big part of this practice is asking for permission from the body, seeing what feels right. So really feeling more than thinking, connecting with the body. So let's take a moment to drop in here now. 3 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll take it in. And then let it go. 2 more, just like that. In through the nose. 1 last grounding breath. Now, having fully arrived in this moment, let's talk a little bit more about saddle pose. So as I already said, saddle pose mainly for hip flexors and the quadriceps. So to get in this pose, you have options. It first depends on if everybody's body is a little different. So it's important to know whether your femur bones, the large bones of your thighs, are more internally or externally rotated. And one quick way to check that before we get into the saddle pose is just to sit in a cross-legged position or a butterfly position with the soles of the feet together. And if your knees are high up like mine are, you're probably more internal rotation. If your knees lay more flat down and open, then you're probably more of an externally rotated leg. So for me, I'm going to actually come onto my knees, tops of the feet down, and I'm actually sit down, well, I would sit on the ground, but it's still a little tight, so I'm going to place a pillow, be a pillow or a blanket, right underneath my seat there, kind of bring the earth up to meet me. And for some people, though, it may feel better to sit actually on the ankles this way. If you're feeling uncomfortable under the ankles, you can roll up a blanket. Make a bit of a roll so that you have something there. And then put the tops of the feet right on top of the blanket there so that you have some cushioning beneath the ankles. My pillow for my seat, and I'm going to let my feet come out and actually sit down on that pillow in between. And then we're going to begin to bring the hands back behind us. You can have something there, blocks or a bolster, fingers facing towards you, and just kind of test out what it feels like. Begin to relax back into your saddle, and I'm noticing a little sensation right here in my low back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place 2 bolsters right up against me here, and one of them I'm actually going to let it touch the low back right there in the sacrum area, and then I'm just going to ease on back and just kind of relax. And you can stop right here, this is fine. If you do, I would encourage you to lift your chin and let your head hang back. The arms can be supporting you, or maybe it feels okay to relax back. You may be able to relax back without bolsters or any support. Remembering the pose is personal. It's going to depend on how your body is feeling. And if your knees lift up from the ground, that's okay. You just don't want to feel it in the knees. Again, this is for the hip flexors and the fronts of the legs, the quadriceps here in the front of the thighs. So if you're feeling it in the knees, then you need to make an adjustment. Saddle pose will increase hip mobility. We're also going to feel a nice stretch through the thighs and the whole front of the body here. Really opens you up, and I would encourage you to hold it from 30 seconds up to 5 minutes, depending on what kind of time you have and of course how it feels in your body. As you're moving and or just being still, remember to breathe deeply. And if you notice that you're not able to be restful and breathe deeply, then you'll know that you've gone a little too far. So just pull it back and remember to be gentle with yourself. And take a moment in saddle pose today. If all of this is too much for you, there is the option to do half saddle. That would allow a leg out or a foot down. Still come on back. So one leg is back. Let me actually reverse that so you can see it better here. So this leg is down and in the saddle per se. And this one can be up like this with the foot down. And you can extend that leg. It just all depends on your body and what feels right to you. So this has been Christina at Seed Yoga talking about saddle pose. Wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. Get out there, get some sunshine, some cool, crisp air. Have a beautiful day, friends.